Yes, boys, how are we all doing? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we've got another edition of the top meta players in each position on S25. However, today, it's budget edition, boys. So we've got cars in all positions, boys, but budget edition, alright? So when I say budget edition, I've put the budget today at 100k, alright? I feel like that's a fair analysis of what a budget would be. I mean, some people could say, Jack, maybe under 50k would be better. But I feel like, boys, 100k, the stage in the game, a lot of people are earning coins from rivals and champs and stuff as well. So I feel like 100k is considered like a budget card now, the way the game is. So, yeah, that's the budget I'm going to set. Now, that doesn't mean every card's 100k. Obviously, there'll be cards today in this video that are like 10k, 50k, 25k, 100k. 100k is the max though, of course. So with that being said, boys, let's jump straight to the first position. Goalkeepers, not really needing to talk too much about this. Some of these other videos we've done, boys, the best meta players in each position without a budget. Some of these cards have featured because we know with goalies, like, they're kind of hit or miss. You know, it doesn't matter really what the price of them are. Some of them are better than others, but, like, there isn't a massive difference sometimes. If there's any position in your team, boys, you're going to not spend a lot of coins on, probably goalie's the right one to do it on. So, yeah, I mean, I've put Courtois, Ter Stegen, Martinez, Black, and Kobel in here. All of these keepers will do a decent job for you. I mean, Alisson was in my previous listing, but he has been absolutely atrocious for me recently, boys. So I just simply couldn't put him back in again. So Alisson's no longer in this list. All these are decent keepers for you. Emiliano Martinez, obviously with that, you know, he has the trait this year, which a lot of people like in goalies, and I myself include myself in that. Like, this 1v1 close down is super effective with keepers. A lot of the meta ones have it, and Martinez is no different. So he has been my favorite goalkeeper this year. I tried him at the start of the year, was a fan of him. Tried Alisson out for a bit. He was good to start with, then he started to be bad for me. Martinez very rarely puts a foot wrong for me. So, yeah, he's my number one on my main team at the minute. And, yeah, definitely want to recommend trying out, boys, if you're looking at a keeper. Jan Oblak's pretty solid all the time. And the rest of these guys, like Courtois, Ter Stegen, Kobel, always safe bets as well. Alright, boys, so right backs. Let's talk right backs, man. Now, obviously, with fullbacks, we know they're an important position in anyone's team, right? Obviously, some people more than others, depending on what way you play and what way you use your fullbacks. But these guys, I would vouch for a lot of these guys, man. Di Lorenzo, Ryerson, obviously Delo. A lot of you boys know I've seen previous videos of these type of style videos. I have a Delo in a while in my team now. He's been one of my starters for pretty much, I feel like, since the start of the year, boys. This card is one of my favorite cards this year. It's just consistency with him, man. And whilst now I look at my team and I think maybe he's getting slightly outdated, you know, this Delo card, he's still very, very solid for what you pay for him. The only thing with Delo is, boys, obviously I've got the Evo version. This Delo ain't the cheapest if you want to go and get his rush. He's 200,000 coins, which obviously is above the budget I've set for today's video. So the rush Delo is kind of out of people's range. However, I would advise trying to get a regular Delo, and then if you can get some sort of Evo done with him, either now if there's an Evo out that fits this Delo at the time of recording this, or if you can you know, buy him and then wait for something to come out, might be a card worth going for. Although I do understand you might not want to wait that long, and that's why the other options are here, boys. This Ryerson, really nice value card. I mean, you're paying what, 15k for a card like this? I mean, he's very solid. 85 and 86 on the physicality as well, which is brilliant. 90 stamina, agility and balance are decent, which I do always think is very, very important in fullbacks. You know, you don't just want your fullback to be quick, boys. You know, you want them to have that agility and balance too at a decent rate, because you want to be able to have those quick turns at fullback, man, whenever you're facing against those wingers. You know, whenever you're facing against those Vinnies or, you know, Jeremy Doku's, like in my last review, you want to be able to face these guys with confidence, man, that you're not going to get done, you know? So, yeah, decent agility and balance there. 88 and 86 of acceleration and sprint speed. Solid right back. As I say, this video, boys, these are not going to be upper echelon cards. You're not going to get that for under 100k in this game. The point of this video today is to help you boys that are maybe on a budget right now, or maybe new to the game, that are looking to pick up some nice starter cards for your team, depending on what league you're playing, your team is in. And yeah, some of these are trusty options for the coins you boys are on, man. So Di Lorenzo is another really, really solid card as well. Zappa, obviously if you're looking at Italian league, there's two good ones for you, Di Lorenzo or Zappa. And then Frimpong. You can never go wrong with Jeremy Frimpong, can you? Just a very, very consistent player. Yes, a little bit low, obviously, on the physicality, but yeah, if you're someone like myself, boys, that loves to get your fullbacks forward, this guy is, yeah, he's top notch. If you're on a budget, this card literally will cost you a couple of thousand coins, I believe. Yeah, so, yeah, very, very nice. Good dribbling, good pace. Probably more of a wing back, if I'm honest, but we'll throw him in the fullback section. If you're rocking a Bundesliga team, boys, or need Dutch links, this guy will be alright for you, man. Nothing amazing, but you're not going to get that for a couple of thousand coins, but he's a good budget option, man, without a doubt. Right, boys, now we move over to the left backs, alright? So, yet again, another nice selection of players here for you boys. Obviously, Ferdinand's a standout one there. His regular now is very, very cheap. In fact, we'll just double check his price, actually, at the time of recording this. So, right now, boys, Ferdinand, 17,000 coins, man. Very, very cheap. Now, the only problem with this is right now, I don't believe there has been an Evo in the past, which obviously you've seen I've done, to get this card to 86, and there's even been another Evo to get to 87, which I missed out on. But with this guy, even his 84, boys, we all know from previous years as well that this guy has been, you know, a very, very standout player at left back. You know, French nation as well. This 84 one, 89 PSE, 1 defending, 85 physical. Good fullback stats, man. And for the price you pay for him, boys, very, very trusty left back, man. So you can go and pick him up. He'll stay in your team for a while. And then, as I say, if you get the opportunity to Evo him again, you could go and do that, you know. So yeah, definitely Ferdinand for me, boys, probably the pick of the bunch in this left back selection, man, on a budget for sure. Obviously, Selma Baca, man, always solid. I've had her earlier in the year in my team. She was only in my team for a short while because I kind of transitioned my team into a different league then. But whenever I was needing a French left back, she stepped up and she was very, very good for me, man. I picked her up for 10k at the time. What is she going for right now? Yeah, around the same price, man. She's got to hold that value because obviously fodder as well. She's 86 rated, but yeah, she's a very, very solid left back in game. Just does the basics well. Nothing crazy, but for 10k, she's a good pickup. Same with Rolfo as well. Another good forward-thinking left back, good going forward. And then a few different ones in here. Ryerson, obviously, we threw him in the right back. He can play left back as well, so he's an option here for you. Trufford was a free card from Squad Battles, so yeah, if you go and get him, he's one of the new Mode Mastery tokens. So if you look at his card in his in-games, doesn't look a lot wrong with him as a left back. He's got some real nice stats there, man. I'd like the agility and balance to be a little bit higher, if I'm honest, but for a free card, completely free from Mode Mastery tokens, might be something you're interested in, boys. If you get hold of him, maybe you want to use him. He's not a bad card, man. And then obviously Milos Kerkez as well, man. Can't really go wrong with him. The only downside is obviously the 3-star, but decent Premier League left back there as well. Right then, boys, so centre backs, we've got to start with this guy who's a free card, alright? Completely free. The stats on this guy, obviously being Premier League and French as well, look class. 6'3", and just a really, really solid centre back. 77 stamina is not even bad for a centre back at this stage of the game either as well. And then, okay, a little bit higher in the balance and agility would be nice, but the acceleration sprint speed is lovely on him. And yeah, I think for a free card, boys, hard to look past this guy. We've got Hendricks. The SBC Hendricks as well was a decent one whenever he released. So any boys have picked him up, not too bad as well. Ledley King, you know how much I like Ledley King in this game, boys. He's literally in my main team still in what, like the middle of December now. So yeah, that says it all. All you need to know about him. Very, very solid card. He's coming in literally now. I bought this card. He's coming in now, boys, around, like, I think it was 50k the last time I checked. Yeah, he's around 60k. But whenever I packed this guy, but a month or so ago, boys, he was about 150 to 200k, man. So he's dropped a good bit, but yeah, for a cheap, like, centre-back, hero as well, you know, to get those links, like, very, very underrated in the game. You don't see many people use Ledley King. I don't really know why, man, because he, for me, very, very solid centre-back, and I did use him. I think it was last year or the year before, and really, really enjoyed his card as well. A few of the usual suspects here as well, boys. Gabriel in there, Araujo. Araujo's the cheapest of the lot here, I think, boys, apart from obviously the LaCroix, who's free. Yeah, I mean, right now, if you know, Araujo, he's probably getting to the point where he's slightly outdated, but, you know, for a cheap budget card, where he's still a little bit meta, we'll have to throw him in. And then obviously Rudiger and Saliba. Now, I had Saliba in my team, as you boys know, for a long time in this FIFA. Just got a little bit outdated for me, and because I had a lot more coins to spend, I thought, right, we'll upgrade now. Now that I've got the Van Dijk and Ledley King as my backline, but yeah, I mean, with Saliba, he's still very solid, being Premier League and French as well. I mean, if you went up, right, with Saliba, who's going to cost you literally what, let's just say about 30k, is it maybe? Yeah, he's a bit more. Maybe say 40k for Saliba, right? And then you're getting the LaCroix for free. LaCroix and Saliba, boys, isn't even a bad backline, man. And you're only having to pay like 40,000 coins for it. So on a budget, two very nice options right there. Alright, boys, so CDMs, man. Alright, a very, very pivotal position in each team. We've got a nice list here, man, from Patrick all the way to Barella, alright? Obviously, Barella, you know, he can play centre mid. A lot of people use him as a centre mid, but I honestly really, really liked him at the start of the year when I used him as a CDM. So for a cheap budget card, he's going to be in the centre mid section of this video as well, boys, because of just how good he is on a budget. Just a really, really good all-round midfielder, box to box. But if you want to run this guy as a CDM, you can do so. Tchouaméni, goes without saying. Very, very cheap card, boys. Does the job. Yet again, very meta nation on La Liga and being French, so meta nations there. Tonali, don't see a lot of him used, but yet again, another very, very cheap card in the midfield. Premier League again for him, and yeah, just decent all-rounder, boys. Something that you do a job for you on a budget. Soko, obviously, we know what his card's like, boys. I mean, the SBC dropped a while back, and yeah, I've done him. He's been in my team pretty much ever since until I went and got the Camavinga upgrade. Yeah, big fan of Sissoko. Always have been in FIFA, to be fair. I don't know what it is about him. He's just like this big, like, powerful midfielder. He always did the job for me. So, yeah, he was definitely a good pickup when I did him. And then, obviously, Patrick, right? We can't have a CDM shortlist here on a budget without this Patrick Guerrero. Now, the good thing about her is, if you're watching this and you're on a bit of a bigger budget, you could go and do your play of the month SBC that recently dropped in the game. Or, if you're really, really on a budget, you can go and get a regular card. For this video, I put in the inform, because even the inform, boys, right now, I mean, she's literally only coming in at 55,000 coins. That's for the inform. And as I say, if you're really on a budget, you can go and pick up the regular gold for 17,000. But yeah, to this day in this game, boys, this Patrick Guerrero card is still very, very usable, man. Very, very meta. Just take a look at the stats. I mean, she's obviously got the long ball pass play style. Deep line playmaker plus, yeah, just really nice stats across the board, man. I mean, the 83 agility is really nice on a CDM as well. She gets around the pitch. Obviously, acceleration, sprint speed's decent at 80. Obviously, you can boost that with a chem style like an engine or a shadow or whatever you want to put on her. And obviously, 4-star, 4-star. So she's good enough, this card on the ball, boys, and technically to be a centre mid. But she really does excel in that CDM position, man. So definitely, without a doubt, on a budget. And as I say, you've got options here, whether you want to pick up or play them on, her inform or a regular gold. Patrick had to be in this list. Alright, boys, so let's talk central midfielders, man, alright? The core of that team. Who you're going to have as your high-energy players in the midfield? Well, these are some nice budget options here to start with, right? Obviously, we've got Jude Bellingham. Really, really good standout card. Just, you know, he's still good with the steez the game. Yes, there's loads better out there now, but on a budget like this video is, this guy's hard to look past, man. Really good all-round stats. Obviously got that relentless plus play style as well, man. And yeah, it's just a really nice all-rounder, boys. And for the bargain price you get this card for now, boys, very much worth it in my eyes, man. Frankie de Jong's always a safe one. Yeah, we know with de Jong, always a very nice card in FIFA. He's like literally, I mean, I'm actually interested to know his price right now. I think he's like 20k, is he? Not even. Like 15k for this Frankie de Jong card. What I always love about him, boys, is obviously that energy in midfield. Because he's unlike many centre mids in the sense that he's got a little bit of real pace about him. And he can beat a player, you know, off the dribble and stuff. So, yeah, very nice card. 87 agility there, as you can see. That's brilliant. I mean, that there is so meta in a midfield. You know, 87 agility is brilliant. A few recurring ones here, boys. Barella and Camavinga. These guys are that good that I just had to throw them in twice. Barella, yet again, another perfect box-to-box with his stats. Camavinga, obviously, I mean, his regular gold is alright. Like, you pick it up for a couple of thousand coins. That's what I did, as you can see here. Then went and done the Evo on him. Now, by the time you boys see this video, the Evo may or may not have expired. But the thing is, boys, there's not many Evos released this year that I'm sure if you were to pick up a Camavinga and then wait for an Evo to drop soon, it'll happen, you know? So, yeah, Camavinga's a very nice card in this game. I love this Evo one. You can see how many games I've played with the card already, boys. He's absolutely class, man. So, yeah, really, really liking him. And yeah, threw this Evo in here deliberately as well, because obviously, it's not just Camavinga. Like, there'll be other nice cards that you can go and Evo to a similar rating with similar stats that might be good for you as well, you know? So whenever you're on a budget as well, but just another thing to consider. Don't just be considering, you know, buying cards off the market. Evolutions are big as well. If you can pick up a card for cheap, a couple of thousand coins like the Camavinga in this instance, then go and Evo them, it'll be, it could be quite highly effective for you, man. It really, really could, and save you a lot of coins instead of, you know, buying a card for 50k. Buy them for a couple of thousand and then go and Evo them to an even better rating. And then obviously, boys, a tad about Mate. You know, not much else needed said there, really. Other than, yeah, but Mate, I think, has been in literally all our meta, you know, listing videos, meta ranking videos, whatever you want to say. So, it's no different today. These are budget cards, but Bamati fits within that budget range. So, yeah, she's in this list as well. Alright, boys, so for the final part of today's video, we're going to do it a little bit differently, alright? Because I've been going through positions, and I realised that many of these players from, like, the cams, the strikers, the left wing and the right wing, or the left mid and right mid, many of them are interchangeable, what I mean by that is in terms of, like, they can play many of these positions. Like, some of the strikers are very good on the left or right wing as well, or cam. So what I've kind of done is that I've kind of just merged all this section together. This is the cam, left mid, left wing, and strikers, if you like, right? So, yeah, many are obviously just their individual position, but then there's some also in this list, boys, that I've shown here of all these cards that can play a multitude of positions. So yeah, let's move through them, boys. As I say, there's a long list here, man. Obviously, Mateus Cunha. Yeah, I mean, we gotta talk about this guy, man. I mean, he is one of our recent informs in the game. Brilliant card. Vanessa plus. I mean, in your forward players, that is a key key component. Really is a great thing to have, boys, in your attacking players. Finesse shot plus, playstyle plus, man. So, yeah, he's certainly got that very nice card. For this info, Mateus Cunha, boys, literally 60,000 coins, man, for this card. And he's literally, as you can see, playmaker plus on the cam, shadow striker on the cam as well. Striker, he's got the false 9, which I'm not a fan of. But for me, he can play striker. But for me, you're playing this guy in behind the striker, man, as a cam. Brazilian Premier League, great links as well. And, yeah, obviously, finesse shot plus, 4-star. 60,000 coins, boys, for this card. He's got to be in this list, man. Got Federico Chiesa. Now, obviously, he has this ridiculous card, but this is not within our budget today. It's 789,000. But obviously, we've got the 84 Chiesa, right? That's more within our range. Now, I do have the Evo one, as I'll show you boys in a second on the screen. But with this, boys, honestly, normal Chiesa is still a nice card in game. Okay, there's a lot better cards out in the game right now, but for this price, I mean, literally a 4-star. 92, 93 on the acceleration, sprint speed, 90 agility. Some really nice stats there. Obviously, brilliantly versatile as well. The fact you can play pretty much anywhere across the front line, left, right, or striker. And you're paying like 15,000 coins for him, man. Heung-min Son, he has to be here. He literally has to be here, man. 35,000 coins for this guy now, boys. 4-star, 5-star, finesse shot plus again. This guy can play striker for you, which I would highly advise at this stage of the year, boys, because if you're going to run normal Son, he's obviously got the finesse shot. Make sure you utilize that from the striking position, man. I found earlier in the year when I used him out left, finesse shot was brilliant out from out there, but that was great at that stage of the game. Now it's very hard when you're on the wing with Son's like 74 balance, 81 agility. That's the thing that lets him down out wide, man. He's wasted out wide, this card. So yeah, at this stage of the game, it was different a few months ago when the team's defenses weren't as great, but now people's defenders, boys, are that much quicker and more responsive that it's hard to get the angles with Son, man. So yeah, for me, if you're getting this card, definitely run him as a striker now. Utilize that finesse shot. Marcus Beasley. I think this card's featured in every single one of these meta players ranking videos, boys. I mean, this guy, yeah, very cheap, literally now. He's got the rapid plus play stat. He's coming in at 15,000 coins for this card now, man. And I still really like this card. He's not in my starting team anymore because I've moved on with different cards, but he's still in my club. He's still in my squad. I have him as a super sub off the bench when my winger gets tired, and he does a good job. Mr. Robbie Keane has to be in this video. For a hero, 28,000 coins. Just a very good all-rounder. He'll do what it says, boys, on the card. That's as simple as it gets, man. 87 pace, 88 shooting, 88 dribbling. There's nothing insane about this card. There's nothing awful about this card. He's just a solid all-rounder, man. 86 rated, 4-star. Yeah, not crazy on the playstyles. Chip shot plus is alright, but nothing crazy. You'd prefer something different, but yeah, I've used this card in game. I packed him in, I think it was my first hero pack of the year, or maybe my second one. He's a reliable card. He's a reliable finisher. And then just a bit of a summary through some of the rest of the cards then, boys. So obviously, John Duran. Have to throw him in there, man. A bit of a different option. I'd love it yet again, the 4-star. And these attacking players, you always love the 4-star. But if you're going to have either one of the weak foot or skill moves be 4-star, you'd probably prefer the weak foot. Many people would. So yeah, John Duran, boys, not a bad option. Obviously, what a player he's turned out to be in real life for Villa, man. And yeah, I've seen him cook some defenses in F25 as well, man. So not a bad option there. Francesco, very nice hero card. I tried him earlier in the year, about a month ago. Surprised me, man. Very, I got him in a hero pack a while back. And I only recently then submitted him as fodder because I just did it at too many cams there in the end. This guy, though, will surprise you. For what you pay for him, I mean, you open your hero. I got my hero pack open a month ago, and I thought, not happy with this guy. Francesco, I mean, nah, it doesn't look that good to me, and he was quite cheap at the time. Tried him out in game, boys. He surprised me as a cam, man. So yeah, decent player there on cheap. Francesco, cam, 91 agility. The balance is quite low. That is the downside of the card, and you do feel that in game. The fact he's kind of got like a bit of a lanky frame in game, being 5'11" as well, but decent, boys. He's not a bad option at all for what you pay for him, man. Harry Kewell, again, nothing crazy about the card, but he'll do a good job for you. I think he was actually the very first hero pack this year, actually. He's got the 4-star skill moves. Unfortunately, only the 3-star weak foot. But yet again, it's a budget card. Can play centrally for you, which I would advise. He will be okay out on the left mid. So if you want to use him as a left mid option, go for it. But I definitely would say if you're getting this card in, probably if you try both left mid and cam, the likelihood is you'll prefer him in cam. He's more of a central player, I think, behind the striker. Ousmane Dembele, 5-star, 5-star. Don't need to say much more about that. He's just a very solid card to start off your team with. If you're starting the game or you're on a budget, There's many cards are better than him now. But for what you pay for him, he's one of the better ones there, man, especially on the right winger cam rolls. And obviously, Ansu Fati's a cheap card. Ansu Fati is literally a free Rivals token, boys, from the Mode Mastery, man. Sorry, not a token, he's one of the rewards. So maybe that's something that you boys are planning going to get. In terms of where he can play, left, mid, cam, or striker, and you can see the player roles there. So yeah, he's definitely not one to sleep on as well. I mean, utilize these Mode Mastery cards in the game right now, boys. You know, some of the tokens are cards that you might want to use in your team, and then some of these, like the rewards for saving up your tokens. This one's in Rivals. Save them up and see what you can get, man, because this card definitely looks to be a very, very nice freebie if you put the time and effort into the game and then grind this card out with your tokens. DeMarcus Beasley, Heung-min Son, Nico Williams, solid gold card to start off the game with. Obviously, he has had previous Evos. Not sure if there's one out at the time that you boys will see this video, but you can hold on to the gold card, see if there's an Evo down the line. But he's a solid gold card, boys, to start off with if you're on a budget, as I say. Chiesa, Salah's price has dropped a lot recently, hence why he's in this list. We know how good Salah is this FIFA for me. Salah's never been bad in any FIFA, but this FIFA, his card has really went up a level this year. Very hard to defend against, even this regular gold one. So I think right now, we'll just double check his price. He's coming in at around, yeah, he's around about 80k. So one of the more expensive options in this list today, but for good reason. I mean, he's still well under that 100k, and if you go and pick up this guy, boys, you'll not regret it, man, because he's one of the best rare gold cards in this game. And that will wrap up today's video, boys. I hope you've all enjoyed it, man. I hope the video's been helpful, boys. Hope you've been able to take, you know, as we've moved through the positions. I know, obviously, at the end there, we did the left mid, right mid, cam, and striker kind of all together in that list, because as you can see, there are many of those players, you know, the likes of the Chiesa, the Son, that can play on the left, right, striker, you know, cam. There's many of them. Usman Dembele's the same. There's many of them. Kuhl, Francisco Cunha. There's so many in there that could play, you know, multitude of positions across that kind of quartet off the front line, cam, striker, left wing, right wing. So that's why I thought, you know what, we'll make it easy for you boys. We'll drag them all in together, man. But yeah, hopefully the video's been helpful. Hopefully you've been able to take out some cards from this from the different position segments in today's video, boys, that you'll, you know, maybe bring into your team, especially if you're on a budget right now as well and you're short on coins. You know, it's, you know, we're not too far away from team of the year, so now is the time to start to think, right, well, let me get my team sorted, save as many coins as you can, build up your club coins and fodder wise, and build towards that, you know, team of the year preparation. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, some of these cards, boys, for the price you pay, they are absolute bargains, man, absolute steals. So get them while you can. The market is quite low right now as well for a lot of these cards, so yeah, be sure to pick them up while you can. And so yeah, if the video's been helpful, boys, please do consider hitting that like button for us, leaving a like rate, and that really does help the video get discovered more by more and more new people. And of course, if you're new to the channel, please do consider hitting that subscribe as well. You're on the road to 7,100, so please do consider hitting the subscribe, boys. It helps us out a ton on that goal to the next milestone. And yeah, thanks for watching, boys. I'll see you in the next one, man. Peace out.